cocaine now, the new drug, the white drug. Do you think that is very rampant? Do you think that happens? And that's a way of keeping thin. There's a lot of pressure also, no? Patla rehna.
Yeah, well, I'm gaining weight, so definitely I'm not into cocaine
तो
for
बात नहीं
sure.
करी, but I'm just talking generally.
Yeah,
you were talking about
I'd
it.
like to ask you this question.
Yeah,
Is it just people from the fashion business are doing cocaine, or because from what I've seen, it's everywhere.
Okay.
It's everywhere, from people partying, maybe from people from, like, generally it's a but yes, I will say that इतना ज़्यादा नज़र नहीं आता था जितना अब आने लगा.
I agree.
Drugs in this country, and I'm not just talking about the cocaine, and I'm talking about like heroin, and I'm talking about that ice thing that children are doing. I mean, college students, and there is we hear so many like news about Falana University and Dimkana University, and then kids are dying, and you know, like they're doing, I mean, horrible stuff to each other also. So I believe generally in Pakistan, the drug scene has really risen up. And I feel that it's, as a community, as a nation, it's not right.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a lot of pressure also. I think there's a lot of
I think there's just a lot of availability. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of lack of, to keep a check on things.
Direction bhi nahi hai.
From the authorities, I believe.
But I think also, I mean, people turn to drugs. Sometimes people think it's cool. It's not cool.
Yeah.
But there's also the whole thing about.
Yeah, I just think moving, even if you're a teenager and you think that doing drugs is cool, it's really not cool.
Yeah, so it's not
it's going to cost you your career, it's going to cost you your health, it's going to cost you your money. You know, so what's the point of getting, I mean, I've been a very stable and very samajhdar, and you've known me.
Yes,
I don't go to parties so much. I'm a midway somewhere. I'm social, but I'm not social. Like I came to your house today and I said, Frieha, I've never been to your house. And you were like, but मौका ही नहीं लगा. कभी मैं यहाँ होती नहीं हूँ या आई नहीं किसी भी वजह से. But so for me, it was never and also I had so many responsibilities. Even if I wanted to have a good time, or you know, if I wanted to party till 4 o'clock in the morning, I had to shoot next day. I was like, no, I can't do this.
Right. So, but what you're saying is it's just permeating through society.
But
and
I think it's
just in music. And
it's unfair to say that. I really think it's very, very unfair to say that only actors and only models and. It's just that they're in the public eye and you sort of find out what they're doing. That doesn't mean that they're the only ones who are doing it.
You're right. Okay. Yeah.
You see? So, मैंने जो observe किया है, again, it's my own assumption, my observation that I see people from, because as I told you, I have friends outside the industry as well. And what I've seen and what I've heard is like, it's everywhere now. And we really need to control this. But we need to do something about it, because I think
just we need to have a lifestyle which is healthy.
And this is what
we need to push,
you know what we're doing when we're talking about it. This is something that we need to do. We don't really talk about drugs and what's happening in our society.
You're right.
Everybody is afraid. Every actor is afraid of talking about it. Every celebrity is afraid because they're going to be labeled that they do it.
We don't talk about rehab.
Yes.
Because there are rehabilitation centers here. They might not be as good as the ones abroad, but they're there.
I'll tell you something.
The fact that they're there is telling you that there's a problem.
Yes, there is a problem.
It's not just drugs, it's alcohol. You know?
Yes, and I think the biggest problem is, as I told you, I come from a humble background and I still have family members and I still go back to my, mohalla where I used to live, and a lot of my family is still there. And there are issues related to alcohol. Many issues. और इसका सबसे बड़ा मसला ये कि वो जो मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि कोई भी शराब अच्छी होती है, लेकिन जो सस्ती शराब है ना, जो 300 रुपए का आपको पौवा मिलता है, so that's what it is called, right? 300 रुपए का पॉइंट कहते हैं शायद उसे. It's poison. It really आपका वो दिमाग इतना ख़राब करता है, आपके वो दिमाग का स्ट्रक्चर इतना चेंज कर देता है एक हद के पीने के बाद, because जितने लोग वो पीते हैं.
Sorry, what was that? I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
फिर
So मैं ये कह रही थी कि जितने लोग वो पीते हैं, especially the lower middle class, they all behave the same way. They all have the same pattern of an alcoholic.
yeah.
And we really need to take a grip on that, yaar. We really need to stop that.
I think we'll-
either you just stop alcohol in this country completely,
I think, well,
then selling poison.
selling poison. I think what's also happening is it's not just in the upper elite society, it's all the way down, because you have, like you said, half the maids I know, half the people. I've had 2 maids who had to run away from their house because their husbands, they work, he takes the money, he buys drugs or whatever, alcohol, and he's beating her up, he's beating his kids up. So this is, it's
They all do
something-
the same thing.
It's all there, but nobody's really talking about
Yeah.
it. We are talking about child labor, yes, we're talking about child abuse, domestic violence. We're talking about all these things, but we're not talking about the problem with drugs.
But where is this all of coming? All of this is coming from, I feel, it is a very relevant issue. I think drugs and alcohol in this country is, एक तो वैसे ही लोगों के पास कुछ करने को नहीं
That's
है.
what I'm saying. I think it's a lot. Everything comes down to economics
Yes.
and opportunities.
And
lack of
people are like,
opportunities.
there are no jobs. What do they
Yeah.
become alcoholics? And then they
Yeah.
start beating their children.
Yeah.
They start beating their
Opportunities
wives,
bhi nahi hai.
wives, and then
unhappiness.
unhappiness.
Yeah, it's unhappiness.
It's a sad reality, but I think the only thing we can do is that we can talk about it, and we can, and whoever is going through this,
Yeah.
you know, might understand that you are ruining your life.
Yeah.
Drinking is not a solution, or
Right.
doing drugs is not a
Yeah.
solution to your problems.
Yeah.
Not even your, आपके जो economic मसाइल हैं, वो उससे ज़्यादा खराब होंगे. You
True
see.
that.
So I think
Yeah.
that's that.
Okay.